Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, you fine, fine folk of the world of the internet. I'm here with Andy, the man that brought a whole new meaning to schoolboy error. Hi, Andy.
I love your introductions. Hello. How's everybody doing?
It's just you and me at the moment, so.
Well, people listen to this recording, don't forget.
True. They might come back and watch it at a later date. Some people might watch it twice. So we're going to be talking a bit more, about all the sort of horrible, cancerous stuff on YouTube, TikTok, Daniel Cohn, and luxury pranks that we kind of brushed upon in the stream on Andy's channel last night. Have you been watching some more of luxury pranks?
I can't bring myself to do because it sickens me. But I've seen enough to know that it's pretty fucking terrible, really. That's what we wanted to talk about, wasn't it? Because there's a lot to get our teeth into, really, isn't there?
Oh, well, it is sickening. The thing is, the guys behind it know exactly what they're doing. They're fully aware that this is a complete phony, fake setup, but I still think the context of what they're doing and the fact they're using actors to play predators and they blur faces out is pretty depressing. Would you guys like to see a quick clip so you can see exactly just what a rip-off these guys are of TCAP?
Yes, I think the response to that is most people probably would. So if you can somehow play it, and anybody that isn't aware of what we're talking about can get a flavour, that's probably a good idea.
Alright, well, I'll give them a little flavour now. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, Andy. I think I can, actually, but yeah, it's just a couple of minutes. Actually, can you hear that?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Right now, so all the time I've been doing this, I've never seen someone fall for this twice. Look,
he's literally using almost the same lines, but what does he mean by someone fall for this twice? as if like it's a trick they're playing. Anyway, back to it.
Just came here to grab something to eat quick.
You came here to get something to eat.
That's right.
Do I need to remind you, Christian, why you're here?
Go ahead.
How would I know to meet you?
Like I said, I was just coming with
You're
you.
just getting something to eat. That's right. Why are you laughing? Why is this funny to you?
I'm just here to
Where do you draw the line? When is this going to stop?
grab the burger, McFlurry. Yep. Mere coincidence, nothing more, nothing less.
Alright, well, we've had enough of this, and you're going to face the repercussions for this. We haven't saw tape and stuff, so
Whatever.
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 I'm going to guess this isn't your first time doing this, right?
Whatever you think.
Whatever I think.
My
Okay.
burger was good.
Yeah, I think I'll go with my instinct here, and I'm going to say it's not. How about you walk in that direction, and I'm like, go wherever you're going to go, alright? Enjoy
Okay,
your
whatever you
time.
say.
People can hear a bit of an echo out of them.
Oh, sorry. It's probably because it's coming through both the TV and the the TV. It's coming through both Fire RTC and from the internet browser. So apologies for that. But yeah, these guys are sick fucking scum, basically. Absolute pair of
I
cunts.
don't think they're that bad, but we can discuss. We can discuss that in more detail shortly.
Look at the amount of views on that. 4.2 million views. Even the official TCAP channel, like Crime Watch Daily.
Hanson versus Predator after nearly 18 months, but I think it's nearly 2 years actually. No, it's not about 18 months anyway. I've not had anywhere near that amount of views. How ironic.
Well, yeah, this is it. Like, they are, because they're appealing to children. It's like what I mentioned earlier in the video I made earlier today. Like, sorry, children, but they are stupid. children are idiots. And they fall for anything. I mean, anyone that finds people like Logan Paul entertaining is a cunt.
That's quite... You call me narrow-minded.
Well, have you ever seen any of Logan Paul's content?
I don't have any interest. Why would I want to do that if I could read a book?
Well, exactly. So there you go. But if you've seen it, you'll understand why I said that. Sorry, I should have said content.
Anyway, can we... do you want to get back to the video?
Well, that was the end of it. I just wanted to show what a rip-off of John Kennelly it was.
Maybe you can show the one that... What was the one that you first asked me to have a look at? And it's one where some guy comes in a room and he's supposed to...
Oh, it's the TikTok Predator! I think. Where he does the little...
Oh, he's got an IQ like 176. And it highlighted it for me because it shows how badly set up it was. It was so obviously fake. It was like... it's almost like watching the fucking moon landing.
Wait... Oh, this is the top one that's actually come up when I've typed the Genius Predator. I don't think I've seen this one. I didn't think this
one you told me to watch.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe. So I thought the one I told you to watch was either the one where the guy eats deviled eggs. I wonder if that's a little nod and a wink to the TCAP community. And the thing is, it's so fucking overdone as well, because he's like looking through the window of a girl. The girl's completely under the bedsheet, so he can't see anything, and he's eating these deviled eggs like as if he's like sexually getting off at looking at a girl while eating deviled eggs. Catching a child predator, the Genius Predator social experiment. Oh, the only thing is, I think people are going to get an echo again. I don't want to show too much.
I don't think people mind that much. Oh yeah, the Genius Predator one. Shall I post the link in the chat?
Yeah, do that. Are you a moderator? I think you can post the link in the chat.
Oh, I'm not a moderator, but I still think I could post the link on. How is it not let me?
Hang on, I'll make you a moderator if you're not. Oh no, you're not. Hold on, and then you can post the link. No, you can't. Okay. There you go. Now you can post the link.
Right.
But I'm loath to give these guys more views. Carol, TikTok let me show you my cock. Yeah, that's basically how TikTok works. But these guys as well, like, did you ever get around, Andy, to watching the Leon Lush video that he made interviewing the guy?
Shit, no, I didn't. I need to watch that, don't I?
Yeah, because he got an interview with the guy, and the guy just kind of like diverts the question every time he tries to say this is fake, isn't it fake? And he just never really answers, and he keeps claiming he's under an NDA, and then he says something else, and Leon calls him out on that, going, well, why would the NDA affect this and that? He's like, aren't you the man that has creative control behind this channel? Isn't it your channel? He's like, well, yeah, but we've got sponsors and I'm not allowed to say this stuff. And he's like, well, why do you blur the faces out of the predators? And they're like, and it's like, well, yeah, why would you? If these people have really committed crimes, I mean, it's so clearly fake, but if you go through the comments, it's
I posted a comment on there, it didn't get deleted, and the actual comment read, what morons believe this is real, and it didn't get deleted, but no one commented on it, had no likes or dislikes, so obviously no one's asked. But I mean, we could now sort of get on to what morally is wrong with them doing this? Or not necessarily morally, but what is it that's it sickens me, and I haven't really thought about why.
Yeah, the thing is, you could say, okay, they're highlighting something that you could, to play devil's advocate a bit, you could say, okay, they're highlighting an issue that needs to be highlighted. The trouble is that the people that act in their videos are so far removed from what actual predators act like, that it's not teaching kids anything. And these pair of cunt presenters they've got, like, you know, the one with the sunglasses with his like eyebrows that don't seem to be able to go down ever, and the main guy, who in some of the videos literally dresses in a suit like Chris Hansen, but it's oversized suit, so he looks like a, you know, like a 14-year-old at a bar mitzvah.
Well, Johnny Utah just made a great point and said it's scripted reality TV.
But
it's very common now. Like, I think there's is it Geordie Shore in the UK?
Yeah.
I've never watched it, but I was told that it's kind of like reality, but it's kind of put on a little bit. That makes any sense. So it's scripted reality TV, in other words. So is there anything specifically wrong with that? If you're stupid enough to think it's real, then you kind of being misled, I suppose, but it's not very good, is it? I mean, is it a way of, is it doing a dishonour to people, to victims of sexual abuse? Or am I taking that too far?
No,
Is that too much of a...
I think you could argue that point. I mean, for me, probably the most sickening thing is, like, at the beginning of their videos, they have, like, a profile of a real missing child. And what the video I was talking about with Leon Lush, where he called them out on it, he's like, said, why are you doing that? And they're like, well, we're raising awareness about it, you know, if anyone sees the kid. And there's kind of two sides to that coin, I guess you could say. Well, I suppose they are, but and a video that's so clearly fake and horrible, to then use like real pictures of real missing children, and like literally each video says like missing kid of the week at the start or something along those lines.
So that's total manipulation of the audience, isn't it?
Well, at the end they say as well, they say all this footage has been handed over to the authorities and stuff.
Which is a lie.
Yeah, well, because they're not even real predators in the videos. Why would they cover their faces if they were really criminals? They're just actors. And
so this is a bit different than scripted reality TV, isn't it? Because scripted reality TV is a bit of harmless fun, one could argue. But with this, you're talking about real topics that affect real people in a massive way, like sexual abuse, predators, all that kind of thing. It ruins people's lives, and for these fuckers to be jumping on the back of it. And Dana has just made a great comment and said they don't actually care about spreading the awareness for predators. They just saw that social experiments like this were getting views, and this is a great point. And Kennedy said that in the chat, it's sick that they use fear for more, you know, for views, which is true, but is that? I don't like people misleading other people for entertainment. I think it's very morally, it's morally wrong, because what you're doing is you're saying my money and my popularity is more important than anything and anybody else. You're going on and without thinking about the consequences of what you're doing, because you're not doing, it's not harmless fun, is it? Or is it?
No, I don't think it is. I think it actually kind of degrades, or maybe that's the wrong word here, but it kind of, it lessens people who really have experienced those things. They're literally, there's no good in their intentions here, as much as I'm sure if we got the chance to speak to them, they would claim that there is, but there isn't any good intentions here. It's all about the views and the money, that's it, and the merch.
Yeah, and so apart from, I mean, what negative repercussions are there from them doing this? So you've got an audience that's misled, so they're watching all this stuff, and they think it's real. They're getting entertainment from it. You know, what negative repercussions are there from that?
Well, for them, probably not much, because they're raking the cash in, so they don't really care. Like I said, 4.2 million views on that John Kennelly rip-off video.
That's a lot. That's a lot, isn't it? I mean, how much money... that channel is monetized,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
So from a video that's got 4.2 million views, one would assume that you would make a little bit of money out of
that. Yeah, it should be. I would have thought... I don't know how much, but they've got a lot of videos like that. I mean, the thing is that the channel is called Luxury Pranks, so it doesn't.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do they not? Isn't it like inherent to what they do? Aren't they telling everybody it's a prank?
But how's that a prank? I mean, aren't pranks meant to be funny?
Oh yeah, it isn't funny, but some people are that stupid. They'll find anything funny. there'll always be someone. You could put any shit on YouTube and someone will find it funny.
But misleading and misdirection is it's how a lot of these channels make their name. But the thing is, right, although I think they're all a bunch of cunts and stuff, like Jake Paul and Rice Gum and FaZe Banks and all those wankers pretending to have beef with each other to get more views. Alright, you're manipulating your audience. But it's not sick. They know their audience is full of kids.
No, it's just like WWF wrestling, really, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's just faked, and it gets them more attention and more views. And while adults like us probably, we don't have time for that kind of stuff, this is a bit different because it's taking a much darker subject matter and then making money.
Yeah, you're right. It's not. You've got a couple of elements of it. The lying and manipulating to the audience, which is, I have a real problem with that, because basically what you're doing is you're demeaning everybody who's your supposed fan base, a little bit like fucking Disney are doing with Star Wars. So I had to get my Star Wars reference in. So basically, you're giving the two fingers up to your supposed customers, saying you're thick as fuck and we'll throw any shit at you and you'll like it. So it's kind of the lowest common denominator. The way that children are growing up these days, because they're brought up on social media and shite on YouTube, they're probably easiest to manipulate.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Or is it that kids are getting wiser? So
I don't think they are. I think that if you go through the comments on those videos. In fact, let's have a quick look at some of the comments. Let me just go back to that video. Apologies if it starts playing.
What's that picture you've got up now?
That's the Budday, the guy who was arrested on TikTok for sending dick pics to children. But we can go into that in a moment or two.
I am Parker. This is
okay.
Into his dick pics, hopefully.
no, I luckily haven't seen them.
I'm sorry about the echo, guys. I don't know how to get rid of it. I think it might be because I'll try turning my speakers down a little bit. Hang on.
So, like, for example, one of the most liked comments on their channel is, "The cops must love Parker for what he does," because obviously he's really helping the police out here. Couldn't your YouTube name be Predator Catchers or something? Because sometimes I think these are pranks. Oh, loads of people have replied. Let's see. I'm sure they said they are. Oh no, they've just said, yeah, they also do pranks. Here's so nasty. I don't get with these type of people. Shake my head, but guys, please be careful. It's just ridiculous. People are lapping this stuff up.
It's hard to believe that someone can be so stupid. Or is it not? Think about who we are, right? We're invested to capture predator followers, to say the least. So we know a lot about, like, decoys and how it's set up and all that kind of stuff. So is it that we're harder to fool as your average Tom, Dick and Harry on the street would look at that and go, oh my god, do you understand what I'm getting at?
Yeah, but give me a Creep Catchers video over those any day. I mean, I know we've both had our issues with how the vigilante sort of TCAP rip-offs deal with things, but it's still what they're doing. At least they're speaking to people who are real threats to society. Whereas these guys are just completely faking this thing from start to finish to manipulate their audience and to make money. And this is probably the channel with the least integrity on the whole of YouTube.
That's saying something. I'm sorry about the echo, guys. I don't know how to get rid of it. I'm sorry.
I can't hear it, so it must only be through FireRTC or something.
FireRTC?
Yeah, not FireRTC, OBS Studio. Sorry. I've had FireRTC on the mind.
Sorry, what were you saying, Adam? I kind of interrupted you there.
That's alright. No, I just think it's like selling your soul to the devil, isn't it, really? It's just like,
Well, we had a conversation about this just today, didn't we? Because you started a new channel. We were commenting on whether it's going to be popular or not, and I said it doesn't really matter as long as you know you're making good content, as long as you're not trying to make a living out of it, because then it's what you're doing to put food on the table. However, these guys who are doing this luxury pranks, one would assume it's their full-time job and they're trying to make a career out of it. Now, some people will go to any lengths to get where they want to in life, and usually when that happens, you create destruction along the way. And that seems to be what they're doing. They're obviously not going out to hurt anybody, but they've got no integrity, have they?
No, absolutely not. You know, I think we've talked about doing things like this before, like faking a video like this just to see if it becomes popular. But you know, at the same time, we then have to put our morals and our integrity aside, and that's something I'm not really willing to do.
Well, do you remember when we did that Andy the Incel video?
Yeah.
And that's one of the most popular ones on this channel, and it got like some people thought it was real, but even after you put a disclaimer at the end of the video that said, "Hi, we had a lot of fun making it. It was a good laugh. As you can tell, Andy was acting." And some people went, "Oh, that Andy's a right arsehole," didn't they?
Yeah.
Some people are just fucking stupid.
Well. I mean, in a way, I think that was kind of complimentary that people thought it was real anyway, because...
No, but not that bit, because I am incredibly talented. However, at the end, you said it was all a joke, and people, unless they just skip the end bit...
Well, perhaps, like, maybe... I mean, the thing is, like, on most YouTube videos, you see a lot of people don't make it to the ends. If you actually watch the retention rate and stuff, so to actually get to the very end of it...
I was wondering, because Kennedy put a comment in the chat before and said they should have a disclaimer at the beginning of the videos. Now, it kind of got me thinking, is it not like illegal what they're doing?
Well,
I don't suppose it is, but the blanking the faces out of those people for obvious reasons, because if people saw them, they get their heads kicked in.
Yeah, because people actually believe they are predators.
Yes. So that's quite obvious why they've done that, because like you said yourself, why on earth would you need to blank the faces out?
Yeah.
There's no reason at all. Legally, you don't have to do it. But I suppose legally there isn't any way that they're not doing anything legally wrong, are they? I suppose.
No,
I'm trying to think.
Just misleading their audience. I don't know.
It literally is just an acted scene, isn't it? And no information is disclosed, and I suppose it just shows you the lengths that people go to get famous, because it's their own version of being famous, isn't it? YouTube popularity.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I don't know. It's just sad that it exists, and it's sad that it's become so popular. When there are people who are going out there and doing this with real people, I'd say if you watch these luxury pranks things, then don't. Go and watch someone like Justin Payne. Someone who actually confronts real paedophiles and doesn't blur faces out. Hammy's just said, like, yeah, it's morally wrong. It's morally incorrect, and I think it demeans people who have, been targeted by predators, and it makes a joke out of something that is a very dark and serious subject matter. And that might sound a bit hypocritical, because
why is it hypocritical?
Well, because we make jokes about pedos all the time.
No, but the whole fucking pornography community makes jokes about porn. It's finding. I don't have a problem with making fun of the TCAT world, all because. I'm not trying to be patronising to anybody, but of course you can't take anything too seriously, because even for people, I wouldn't say that's somebody who's been a victim of a terrible situation, but you've got to make fun of things like that and laugh at Lorne and the stupid things he says, and I just came to get something to eat. It's fucking hilarious. There's nothing wrong with finding humour in situations like that. I mean, some of the jokes that we talk about are pretty fucking close to the mark, aren't they?
No, yeah. But but I think it's different about sort of making a throwaway remark or joke to actually making a career out of something that is a lie.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask you an honest question here, Adam, right? Let's just say that you were in that position that they are now, and if you could do 5 more videos like that and continue to push that channel, and then in a year's time you could abolish doing that and then start doing something a bit more meaningful, like, you know, and a bit more community based, like Base Shaman does, would you carry on doing it and knowing you were going to be rich, or would you fuck it off?
I don't think I wouldn't have started doing something like that in the first place.
I know you wouldn't, but put yourself in that position. Would you drop everything for the sake of your soul, or would you carry on?
No. I think it's really hard to give an answer to that question, because, you know, it's like those questions that people ask you when you're a kid, like, would you blow your own dad if someone gave you $1 million? You go, of course I wouldn't. But if someone's got that $1 million in front of you, you might have to think about it a bit longer. So it's a very difficult question to answer, because, you know, money is, as they say, the root of all evil. And I think people, these guys especially, these guys, I would say, from watching the two cunts that present this Luxury Pranks channel, they don't have enough about them. They couldn't turn this round to be something good. They couldn't turn around and say, okay, yeah, sorry guys, we need to come out and apologise and say everything we've done has been fake, but now we're going to start making good content. I think now for them it's too late down the road to do that anyway.
Well, of course it is. Because I think there's that many people that have bought into it and become fans of theirs to be kind of outraged.
Yeah, they would lose a lot.
Would they? Do you think they would? Because I'm not being horrible, but I would argue that the people that fell for it, fuck it, like I said, none of us fucking probably wouldn't realise the massive ramifications of what they've done and go, well, at least they told us the truth now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, honestly, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, well, in fact, they've got, what, 1.3 million subscribers, and it seems like they get a really good retention rate. But like I said, going through the comments there, it's just crazy how everyone is like, oh, you guys are so great. You're you're saving people. It's like, well, no, they're not, because the predators they're not real predators for one, but they're literally letting them walk away at the end of the video anyway. You know, someone else put a comment here, he should actually use underage people so that they could actually get arrested. Well, the guy who's written that clearly doesn't understand how it works, because they don't need to use underage people. Perverted Justice and Tetrad Core, they didn't use underage people, but they just had to imply that they were actually talking to a minor. The reason these guys aren't getting arrested is because the whole thing's fucking fake.
Yeah, it's the more we talk about it, the sort of more fucking wrong it really is. But playing devil's advocate yet again, the young, they don't, at that age, you don't have that much of a grip on what is right and wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? If you're young, and you look at like Jake Paul, I don't know a lot about him, but from the very brief clips I saw of that documentary that other twat made, he kind of was in a situation where he didn't really get what he was doing. He just kind of went with it, and all this Team 10 stuff. If you're in your early 20s, and you've got fame, and you've got money, and you've got all these amazingly beautiful girls throwing themselves at you, you're going to turn into a twat. It's inevitable.
Well, yeah, I mean, the trouble with, like, Jake and Logan Paul, and a lot of the kind of new wave of YouTubers who do all that crap, they all came from Vine, and Vine was cancer anyway. And they've all come over and they've tried to make, you know...
So what's that, Adam?
Vine was an app where people used to make 6-second videos, and you can still see compilations of them on YouTube. And some of them, to be fair, are quite creative and funny, but a lot of them were just sort of people doing really stupid stuff. They used to make 6-second videos. Vine shut down maybe 3-4 years ago, so YouTube got this influx of these people that did crazy shit like Jake and Logan Paul, who came, and then to make money they have to make 10-minute videos. So on Vine, those people were great on making 10 minutes of shit that seems to be successful for some, God knows why, because as I said, people are stupid. But yeah, so we had this influx, and it was actually, you know, the whole reason that the adpocalypse happened, it was down to Logan Paul. The fact that many YouTubers struggle to make money off YouTube, they can look directly in his direction and go, fuck you, you fucked it up for everyone. If Vine had never shut down, we wouldn't be in this position.
Yeah, so as usual with anything good, idiots ruin it for everybody else.
And they all came over from Vine, and they made shit, and they didn't know where, you know, where the line could be drawn. I mean, what kind of retard doesn't understand that showing a dead body on YouTube isn't cool?
I mean, to be fair, that does take a very severe, psychologically questionable person. I always try and give people the benefit of the doubt and say, well, they didn't really understand the ramifications of what they were doing. But when someone does that, it's so hard to defend, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, oh, come on, he was in that video. I've not actually seen it, but I've seen enough people comment on it, and like, and he's wearing a fucking Pikachu happy hat, and he's like laughing at the fact he's found a dead body, because people don't have morals or empathy these days.
I think like that's pretty. Did you see that Twitter comment that Aaron Paul put on?
Yeah, even Aaron Paul got involved, didn't he?
He went absolutely nuts, didn't he?
Well, good on him.
Crazy. He called him like a horrible cunt, didn't
but he is a horrible cunt.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, we're going off topic a little bit here, but it's almost staggering to think that someone could be that horrible. That just is a pure example of someone who's totally lost the plot in the pursuit of fame completely, more than anybody else I can ever. I mean, it's quite possibly one of the worst things anybody's ever done in a kind of, certainly in the YouTube era.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's probably, it was such a momentous event, but for all the wrong reasons.
Didn't it even make like headline news in the UK?
Loads of real media outlets covered it. Like, because it's pretty sick, isn't it? You know, you're disrespecting someone that's died. I mean, they were in the suicide forest. What did they expect to find there?
Yeah.
And I get that. The thing is, it would be a cool thing to make a creepy video about and just go, I'm walking through the suicide forest and go, you know, I'm freaking out a bit, this is scary. And there's a film, I think we mentioned it in another stream previously, that's actually very good about someone that goes into the suicide forest and starts to feel like they're, like, demons are trying to make them kill themselves. And, you know, you could walk through, you could walk through that forest, go, you know, do a little Blair Witch style thing, go, oh, you know, this is scary, I'm getting deep into the forest now. But to actually then disrespect someone so badly by showing their dead body live is ridiculous. But it's the world we live in now. It almost brings us round full circle to what we were talking about in your stream yesterday about Danielle Cohn, like a 14-year-old girl or 12 if rumours are to be believed, sexualising herself because it gets money and views. People don't care about integrity or about good content or interesting or funny content. They care about what brings the people in, and sad as it is, what people want to see, this just shows what a pathetic world we live in is, you know, like sexualized stuff or sensational stuff.
But it's kind of, you're right, it's sad, but it's kind of the way the world works, because really, the way that the people, you know, we're getting really philosophical quite deep here, the way that people maintain the positions of power and money is to exploit weaker people, whether that be physically or psychologically, and that's pretty much what a lot of the YouTube people are doing. I mean, but saying that though, generally people come out, usually, you can only push people so far. I mean, let's look at PewDiePie. I've not watched many of his videos, but to me, he actually looks like a decent guy. He seems to be quite entertaining. He doesn't talk shit. Doesn't have any, you know, psychic. You can tell he's like got his shit together. He doesn't seem to be a cunt, basically. And that's quite heartening to realise that the most popular guy on YouTube seems like actually a decent guy.
Well, yeah, the trouble is he went, I mean, I think years ago he was very obnoxious and very loud, and that's how he made his name, but he's at least self-aware to realise that now and makes jokes about how he was before. And I was having a chat with Heisenberg White the other day, and we were talking, you know, what I like about PewDiePie is he just talks about what he wants to talk about. He's made a video on Chris Chan. He talks about like weird subcultures and stuff, and so his content has got much better recently. I don't know. I think he may have been overtaken today by T-Series. Sadly, by T-Series. It's an Indian music thing. For the last few weeks, he's been trying to maintain his top spot with the help of another YouTuber called Mr. Beast, who paid for billboards and radio ads saying keep PewDiePie top of YouTube because we don't want a corporation being top of YouTube. Kennedy has, I mean, he did say the N-word previously, PewDiePie did, but then that's something I think every YouTuber has done at some point. And I think, I'm not defending this here and saying it's right or wrong, but I think at times people just want to shock, and I don't think there was any malice in him doing it. And
I think what we can say, sorry.
Yeah, no, go on.
Just because you say that word doesn't mean you're a horrible racist bastard, does it?
No, I mean, well, getting on to a bit of a different subject here, but I would say if people don't want a word used, no one should be using it, but there you go.
Yeah, I think we know what you mean by that, and I agree with you. It's not, I mean, I would never use that particular word in my vocabulary because there's no reason to, but, you know, if someone said it off the cuff, I wouldn't necessarily amount to the fact, oh, that guy's a horrible racist, you know, kill him.
Well, you've seen Hot Fuzz, right?
I haven't actually.
You've never seen Hot Fuzz?
No, I didn't really like, what was the other one they did?
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
It's one of my favourite films of all time, Shaun of the Dead.
Well, there you go, that's why I don't like it. Anyway, you carry on your rant about how my taste is terrible.
But, no, it's not a Darth Khan. I don't think he's 100,000 in front. It was down to like 6,000 a few hours ago. He tweeted it out saying this is it, boys. But yeah, there's a bit in Hot Fuzz where Ed, Nick Frost, pulls up to collect them as he's gone to get his girlfriend from in the house, and Ed pulls up and he goes, "What's up?" And you know which word comes next. I won't say it now, but it's funny because it's said with no malice. Now, I'm not defending PewDiePie, but we've all made mistakes. You can't have a 10-year career on YouTube without making the odd mistake here and there. People are very sensitive these days, and it's very quick to judge and jump in to say things, you know, like I talked about very briefly yesterday, and it's something that comes up a lot. Like people always berate me if I use the word spastic or retard, but I think, well, I'm not
bastard.
But when I'm talking to a criminal, I think it's funny because those words have more impact than saying idiot, in my opinion. So if I'm trying to berate a scammer, and
can I just say something about that word?
Yeah.
I don't like it because, and
which
I'm
one?
not saying I'm right in my dislike of it. I never use that word because I don't like how it kind of makes fun of people who have a condition like that, and it's kind of like Death kind of just said context is very important. He's right. That comment's kind of made me realise I'm talking shit.
Well, no, carry on, because you know.
It's just I know you don't mean any offence by it. I just don't like that fucking word because I think it's kind of, how can I put it? It demeans people who have those conditions, and I don't like it. I just don't like it.
Okay, but you know, there's a large spectrum to people that suffer from autism, and the thing is, like most people, like I've used that word before. I got a subscriber. She came. Well, I was doing a rec radio a while ago, but who suffers from, I'm not sure whether it's Asperger's or autism, and she said, I find it hilarious when you use words like retard and spastic. But the people that take offence are the people that are like, oh, I've got to protect all these people. Is that not more offensive? Like the fact that they think they need to white knight people that suffer from autism? Can't they stand up for themselves?
Yeah, I remember one time. Do you remember Nathaniel Trevor?
Yeah.
Does the word mank offend you, Andrew? It's not a K, we spell it with a C, by the way, but obviously it doesn't. When Nathaniel Trevor started doing videos, and he did some about Daniel Dustin McFetridge.